Alright, this time we're going to be going over something called Inventor Embossed Text tutorial. Alright, so make sure your sheet is open to embossed text. And we're going to see what that looks like. So the end result is not on this sheet, but I can't give you an example. We'll look at it at the end, okay? So we're going to basically go through the same steps. We're going to create a new Inventor part, standard.ipt, start 2D sketch, click the XZ plane, choose the rectangle tool in the ribbon bar, and it's very similar to what we did. Now we're going to do another rectangle. This time instead of 2x2, we're going to do a 2x4. A 2x2, a square is a rectangle. It's just the same on the length and the width. A rectangle is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square, if you get my drift. It goes one way and not the other. Alright, so finish the sketch, and then we're going to extrude the sketch to 0.5 inches and so on, and then we're going to add text to it, and we'll get to the first thing pretty quickly. So let's see how fast we can do this. So desktop, double click on Autodesk Inventor. When it pops up, you should see something that looks like this, but you're going to have an empty slate. So we're going to click, just like I always do, File, New, and then Standard.ipt. And then we'll go back to Start 2D Sketch, click the XZ plane. See, it says there on the bottom, there, XZ plane. Click that. And we're going to put a rectangle just like we did in the last video. So from here to here, I'm not worried about how big that is yet because we're going to dimension it. So we'll dimension the rectangle to be 2x4. So I'll make this side 2. Click the home button so we can see the whole shape, and this side over here is going to be 4. So let me undo that. I made a mistake, so click escape to get out of that. If you click on something like that wrong, you got to click escape. So I want to edit the sketch. I'm not through with it, so I'm going to click sketch, dimension, and right side just like that. Alright, I'm going to go back and look at this just a second. So you saw how I was having a little trouble there just a minute ago. There's always a way to get out of a little bit of trouble. When you can't, when it won't allow you to dimension it, you always can go over to the browser area. You see where when I click on Sketch 1, it highlights Sketch 1? Alright. Okay, so now if you right click, you'll see in here it'll say something like Edit Sketch. So if you can click Edit Sketch, make sure you are editing the sketch. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I just finished the sketch. So if you click right here, Edit Sketch, and then it'll pop up again where you can actually edit it again. So right here, I want this to be 4 inches. And by the way, did we check to see if there was inches or not? Let's go to Tool and Document Settings, Units, Inches. Yes, we are in inches. Now, we've got a rectangle that's a 2x4. Now we want to extrude it, so we can't do that unless we click Finish Sketch. Then go over to 3D Model and click Extrude. I want that to be 0.5 inches. So I click over here, 0.5 inches. And so there's our rectangle. And we look very similar to what's right here on the picture. Ours is shaped a little differently, but that's fine. It's the same shape either way. Alright, so we've got, we're going to add text. So we're going to click Start 2D Sketch. And we're going to click on the top face box. So you can click on the view cube top. And I'll just do that. And then it says choose the text on the ribbon bar just like we did last time. So we go to Sketch and Text, and I'm going to highlight some. Hold on. Look, so even Mr. King makes errors sometimes. So what we're going to do is make sure that we're on track here. So we're back to where it says dimension the rectangle. And we extruded the sketch. Now I want to add the text. Now that's the issue. I was clicking on something that I shouldn't have. I should have clicked 2D Sketch just like it says. And then you click on the face here that I want to put the text on. Now we're going to choose text in the ribbon bar. So we're text just like that. Anywhere is fine. Just kind of center it up if you can, and then now we're going to the sheet to see where we're at. So it says right here, click on the face again and the text box will appear. So we've got the text box pulled up, the dialog box anyway. So we're going to type our name in the dialog box just like we did, and we could choose any font, any size. I'll just do the same thing I did last time. I'll just do my name, and then you could change to what I do last time for Dana or whatever it's called, and then click the largest size. So, oh, by the way, you see how I highlight that? Make sure you highlight it, then Verdana, and then the largest size. Okay, and so what I do, bold or something last time, and then click OK. So there it is. There's my name. and click on the text box button, and then click the down arrow. So I'm reading along with you. So read along with me, please, on these handouts. Click on the text box button, then click the down arrow on the rotation button, and choose the last button that rotates 270 degrees. All right. So let's do that. All right, I'm going to do that little step over again. I just want you to see this. If you want to get back to where I'm at, just click the back button, and I'm going to, okay, so we've already clicked Start 2D Sketch, and we've already clicked the text box, and we're putting the text box into the rectangle, and I'm typing my name just like I did. So if you've already done this, just hang on. We'll get to where you're at. So we got to get Verdana, and then I'm going to go to the largest size. I'm going to click bold just like I did. But then the sheet says right here, just to remind you, it says click the text box button again, click the down arrow, and click the rotation button. The last button rotates 270 degrees. So that's what we're talking about here. So that's why the picture looks like this. We'll click that, and then we'll click that again. Okay. So so now we're going to click the button here. That's, well, if you highlight over it, it says text box. It was already blue, but I clicked it. And now if you'll notice, this lit up over here. So if you can actually click a down arrow there, a drop down menu, then you did fine. You did what you're supposed to do. Just make sure that's clicked. And if you'll notice, it says rotate 0 degrees, rotate 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and then 270. So it does this, 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 and all the way around. So 270 degrees is all the way. So there's 0, 90, then 180 is flat again, and then 270 is down. So it's going to go up and down is what's going to happen. Okay, so we click OK, and if you'll notice, my name is way off of the shape. So we're going to click Move. We're going to click notice it says Select there, so click the name. And then we're going to click a base point to base it from, so we're going to drag it down towards the middle of the shape. I'm going to put it like right in there somewhere, and then click Done. Okay, so now we're going to emboss the text, it says here. So if we go down to the bottom of the sheet, embossing the text is different than engraving. Engraving means to cut down into the shape. Embossing means to raise it up, like if you were to read Braille or something like that. That's kind of what emboss means. Okay, I don't know what that was. It sounded like a siren, but we're going to keep going. All right, so here we go. Embossing the text. So we're going to extrude on the ribbon bar and click on the text and extrude 0.4 inches. Let's see if I did that already. I can't even remember anymore. All right, so we're going to click on we got to finish sketch. Remember that? You got to click finish sketch before you can extrude. So don't forget to click the green check mark. Click extrude, and then click on the. Okay, I have no idea why that was so hard to click on to find that. But if you click, make it light up white. You see that? It lights up like that. So when it lights up, click on it. What it's doing is it's going to send it this direction up, so that's going to emboss it up. And so if you'll notice, I've already got 0.04 inches in there. You probably don't have that, so make sure you put 0.04 for your distance up. And then you click OK, and if you'll notice, if I click the corners like I always do, just to kind of look at stuff, you can see how the name looks raised up. All right, so if I put it like that, you can see how it's raised just a little bit up, and what's raised is the name. Okay. Okay. All that's left to do now is just to change the color of Extrusion 2. You just click. If you'll notice, I click on Extrusion 1 in the browser area. It highlights the shape blue. We just need to change the color of the extrusion part, the embossed part. So I'm going to change that to just, whatever is available. And so I click on Home. Oh, well, you can change Extrusion 1 also. I thought about doing that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just make it a yellow color. So you can make the Extrusion 1 yellow, and you can make the Extrusion 2 whatever color you want. It's all up to you. But if you zoom in on it, you can see how it makes it a little different shade. So I'm going to click Home, and then Print, just like we always do. So click Print, and go. Okay, this one is embossed, not engraved. So to keep that different, it's raised instead of cut through.